let me ask you, do you oppose fertility clinics that do in vitro fertilization? Because at these clinics there are inevitably embryos that are discarded. So
yeah, I think
would you like to see them closed down, or to regulate their practices in a way that they're not being regulated now?
I think that a lot of in vitro clinics end up producing a lot more fertilized eggs than are needed to deal with the situation at hand, and I think that's that's part of their process, and I think that's a very casual and cavalier way to treat human life.
So would you like to see the regulation of the number of fertilized eggs?
I don't think we should be treating
clinics can be used.
Yeah, I think that's a good question. I don't think we should be creating human life, in a cavalier fashion, in the sense that we're creating a lot more human lives than would ever be needed for implantation. And so I understand the expense associated with it, but we are talking about human life here, and I think regulation as to the number of these is something that state legislatures have looked into, and I know the Congress has looked into this.
Are you opposed to in vitro fertilization if it does end up with embryos that will not be implanted in a woman's womb and will not become a child?
Yes.
So you're opposed to that form of in vitro
Yeah, I don't think
fertilization.
that's a position that that is what the
your party doesn't say that,
the
but
party
you believe
doesn't
that.
get into that. But I do believe. Look, let's a full disclosure here. I'm a Roman Catholic. I very strongly believe that life begins at conception, and that we should not be destroying life at any stage of life. And I feel very strongly about that. I think a society that is a welcoming society, that is a society that respects all human life, is a society in which all people be treated more justly and more fairly.